Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to live coverage of the Maritime Women's Basketball Association on Maritime Athletic Profiles YouTube. How you doing, folks? My name's Alan April. Super excited to be here today at the Homburg Center on the campus of St. Mary's University in beautiful South End, Halifax, Nova Scotia, for today's season opener for the Halifax Thunder, the two-time defending champs, as they host their crosstown rivals, the Halifax Hornets. Should be a great matchup here today. We've got some fresh faces and some familiar faces in this league. A fantastic league here, entering year 4 of competition, and it just keeps getting bigger and better each and every year. You look up and down these rosters: AUS All-Stars, AUS Champions, ACAA All-Stars, ACAA Champions, former and current pros, as we'll be discussing the rosters a little bit more in depth as this game goes on. Once again, we are live streaming on Maritime Athletic Profiles YouTube, and we're live and interactive, so give us a comment in the YouTube chat. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, and how you're feeling on a Sunday afternoon. Beginning of May, beautiful weather, lots of sports going on. I know WNBA preseason just kicking off. And, I mean, here in Halifax, there's no shortage of entertaining sports options right now. Just kind of stalling here. I thought the PA announcer, Russell McKenzie, was about to start talking. All right, and shout out producer Dylan here and the Maritime Athletic Profiles team. So in just a second here, we'll pass it over to PA announcer Russell McKenzie for today's introductions and starting lineups.
Welcome out to the Homburg Center for the home opener. MWBA League action between the visiting Halifax Hornets and your Halifax Thunder. We'd first like to recognize that we are in Mi'kmaq, the ancestral and unceded territories of the Mi'kmaq people. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship. These treaties establish the rules for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations. Today's game day partners are St. Mary's University Athletics and Cleve's Source for Sports. Back in June 2024, Halifax Thunder won their second straight MWBA Legacy Cup. You may have noticed this shiny trophy in the lobby. We'd like to recognize the returners, Carly Yepes and Melina Collins, now with the Hornets. Also returning Thunder players from last year's championship team, Sandy Saunders, Kiera Duffy, Sophie Atkinson, Alina McMillan, Sammy Russell, and new Halifax Thunder head coach, Alex Petropoulos. We'd now like to introduce you to the starting lineup. Brought to you by Under Armour. First, the starting five for the visiting Halifax Hornets. At guard, number 5, Brianna Reardon. At guard, wearing number 8, Melina Collins. At guard, wearing number 9, Lily Francois. At forward, wearing number 13, Caitlin Power. And at forward, wearing number 24, Samantha Minieri. The head coach of the Hornets is Carly Yepes. The associate coaches are Maya Thalman, Timmons, Sophia Whitmire, Janice King, and Tanya McKay. Get ready. Now the starting lineup for your Halifax Thunder. At guard, 5'9", from Woodstock, New Brunswick, number 1, Sandy Saunders. At forward, standing 5'11", from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, number 3, Kiera Duffy. At guard, standing 5'8", from Red Deer, Alberta, number 5, Haley Lawler. Also at guard, standing 5'9", from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, number 6, Sophie Atkinson. And at guard, standing 5'10", from New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, number 13, Aaliyah Frazier. Halifax Thunder is coached by Alex Petropoulos. The associate coaches are Keegan Meanwell, Vito, and Kevin Duffy.
All right, there you have it, folks. Pre-game introductions by the one and only Russell McKenzie. And you see here some of the talent out here on the court, including several returning players for each team. Thunder have 5 returning players, only 4 suited up today, as last year's first-team All-Star guard, Alina McMillan, the former St. Mary's Husky legendary guard, is still finishing up her first pro season in France. As there, a nice post move to get the scoring started by Samantha Minieri. And one thing about this Hornets team, they've got some size. Starting Minieri and Caitlin Power, Jasmine Parent coming off the bench. As here, Sophie Atkinson drives and drops it off for Kiera Duffy. Duffy, the vet of this Thunder lineup. As mentioned, returning 5 players, but Kiera Duffy in her 3rd season now with the Thunder. Back-to-back champion, looking for the three-peat. As 3-ball is up there by Lily Francois, that's off. Sandy Saunders with the rebound, she'll push. Aaliyah Frazier looking to thread the needle for Atkinson, but it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder, and the Hornets will take over possession. Here is Brianna Reardon. Don't know much about Reardon. As first game of the year, I don't have all my research done, and Melina Collins, she can shoot that 3, misses that one. Collins played last season and in 2022 with the Thunder. As here's Duffy working down low. She'll kick it out for Saunders. Saunders drives baseline, floats it up, too strong. Rebounded by Caitlin Power. And Power just finishing off her stellar AUS career here at St. Mary's University, winning 3 straight AUS championships. Both teams a little bit of sloppy play, but it will remain Thunder ball on the baseline. Thunder in the Tar Heel light blue. Hornets in white and teal. Aaliyah Frazier for 3. That one's off. So interesting, mentioned that Collins played previously with the Thunder. Aaliyah Frazier previously played with the Hornets. So a little bit of a trade in personnel, and actually not the only one to have switched up allegiances in this crosstown rivalry. Most notably, Halifax Hornets head coach Carla Yepes was a member of the Halifax Thunder the last 2 years, winning back-to-back championships as a player. Yepes had a knee surgery and is moving into the next chapter of her career as a coach. Here's Kira Duffy, scores, steals, hoop in the harm. And Kira Duffy off to a hot start. She's got the first 4 points of the game for the Thunder, looking to make it 5 here from the free throw line. Another cool connection in the league this year. Kira Duffy, her husband Kevin, is on the sidelines for the Thunder, joining Alex Petropoulos' staff. Of course, Parker Regan, who coached the Thunder in their first 3 seasons, has moved on from the program. Actually, not from the Thunder program, but from this team specifically, at least this year. Manieri now finds Francois. She'll put up a 3 and hits. Ties it up 5-5, Lily Francois. And we have a turnover off the inbound, so the Hornets pressure. Making a difference, as that was Maddie Hiscock who just checked into the game. Hiscock, a former Mount St. Vincent Mystic, played last year with the Hornets as well. Both the Hornets and Thunder have 5 returning players from last year's team, and 4 in lineup today, as both teams missing a pair of star guards. Alina McMillan, as mentioned, not in action for the Thunder. I believe they're hoping she joins the team next weekend. And Amanda Piercy, who was the Hornets' leading scorer last year and an ACAA All-Star with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics. As that's a great take to the rack by Aaliyah Frazier. Up and in for 2 against her former team. And the Thunder have a slim 7-5 lead, 6:50 remaining. And there's a big block shot by Frazier. Doing it on both ends. Manieri, shot clock down to 5. She'll kick it out. Collins attacks the closeout, floats it up. Doesn't get the roll, but there's Hiscock, another hustle play for her. Francois for 3, short. Hiscock nearly got another O board, but Frazier comes away with the rebound. Atkinson now. A little miscommunication there with Frazier. Duffy on the post touch. Defended by Manieri. Swings it out wide for Saunders. Around the Duffy screen. Saunders, floater, no. Rebounded by Melina Collins, and here come the Hornets. 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Collins dumps it off for Manieri. Through the lane, finds Francois. I'll tell you, Lily Francois, green light right now for the Hornets. She's attempted 4 or 5 threes already. So now both teams will go to their bench for some substitutions. In for the Thunder, returning AUS All-Star Sammy Russell, and a new player for the Thunder, Hannah Smith, 6-foot guard who played with the Cape Breton Capers. As Maddie Hiscock continues to be a difference maker off the bench, comes away with a steal there. Collins, straightaway 3, too strong. Rebound tapped around. Last touch by Hiscock. Hiscock's hustle is really evident. I believe Maddie Hiscock was a former ACAA Defensive Player of the Year. In fact, yes, I'm seeing it now. 2017 was the ACAA Defensive Player of the Year and a second-team All-Star with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics. Great ball movement there by the Thunder. And Saunders cleans up her breakfast, finishing that one on the second chance, and that's Thunder basketball epitomized. Really nice passing. Jasmine Parent, though. Parent, the all-time leading scorer in Hornets history and tied for the most games played in league history. And Kira Duffy continues to be the focal point of the Thunder offense as she's fouled on the way up, headed line for a chance at 2. Check out this last play. Oh, that was Duffy being fouled. As Nalini Maharaj checks in for the Hornets. And Bianca Helmig in for the Thunder, and that's a very exciting player. An AUS All-Star. Joining the Thunder for the first season. Her first season, I should say, with the team. Duffy misses the first. I've just got so much to talk about here. A lot of storylines, a lot of excitement. First game of the season for these two teams. The league did have some action last night. As there's a three, Sandy Saunders connects. And the Thunder lead is up to 5, 12-7. But right the other way, Jasmine Parent. I'll tell you, Jasmine Parent has been doing this a long time, since day one in this league. Running the floor, getting good post position, and finishing. Something she does so well. This, her 30th game in a Hornets uniform, as Collins is fouled down low. Jasmine Parent coming into today had 274 points in 29 regular season games with the Hornets. That had her 7th in the league in scoring, all-time scoring. As Alexis Evans checks in for the Thunder. Alexis Evans, a product of Mount Royal. 2 players from this Thunder team are Alberta natives who played last season with the Mount Royal Cougars and find themselves on the East Coast for the months of May and at least part of June, playing high-level basketball. As Evans, quick touch, no good. Russell with the rebound. Kicks it out for Saunders, another 3. That's short. And Neve O'Connell secures the rebound. Great pass. But Hiscock unable to finish, but there is Hiscock. And the hustle and physicality of Maddie Hiscock. Never giving up on a play. Ties up that loose ball. She is called for a foul, and I do think there was a little bit of physicality at the end of that play, but that's the way Hiscock plays, and if you're a coach, you love to see it. She'll take a sub now as Caitlin Power checks in. Bianca Helmig brings it across half. Helmig to the corner. Smith for 3, no good. Rebound, batted, and will go the other way. Hornets ball. 3:48 remaining in the first quarter. We got ourselves a 1-point ball game. Here's O'Connell. Feeds Parent. Turnaround. Yes. 3 for 3. Jasmine Parent showing that soft touch with the left hand. Parent. I'm not sure how many players ahead of her in the all-time leading scorers of this league are back this season, but Parent, chance to continue to push her way up that record book. As missed layup there, rebounded by Evans. Russell, tough take off 1 foot, no good. Rebound corralled by Power, and she will push. What a dime, Caitlin Power to Maharaj. Just ran out of real estate on the reverse layup. Helmig now pushing it the other way for the Thunder. Gets it back from Russell, the Acadia teammates. Now Hannah Smith. 3 is no good. Fast pace to this one. And the Hornets have the lead 13-12. Collins over for Parent. Parent drives, takes a bump. No good, no whistle. Helmig pushing. Has Russell with her. Russell behind the back and maybe a little ill-advised. She's smiling as she runs up court. O'Connell looking to thread the needle. Both teams playing fast and both teams turning it over. More turnovers than a bakery right now. Nice feed down low, but what a block. Caitlin Power rejects Alexis Evans. And hey, we've got it all right now. Take a look at some of these replays. That was a huge two-handed swat by Caitlin Power. She did that a couple times in her St. Mary's Huskies basketball career. 3rd all-time in block shots in Huskies history. But yeah, this has been an exciting game. A little low scoring, but no shortage of action as both teams really pushing the pace. I think both teams have gotten pretty much their whole lineup in this first quarter as Sasha Dabb checks in for the Hornets. Another nice piece, first year with size. Dabb's going to be called for an illegal screen there. Sasha Dabb just finished her first year at the University of New Brunswick with the Reds. And rejoining two of her high school teammates, Lily Francois and Neve O'Connell. This is O'Connell here. Turns it over. Helmig coming the other way. Helmig kicks it for Smith. Attacks the closeout. Tough finish over the defender. Smith puts it up and in, and the Thunder take back the lead, 14-13. Here's Brianna Reardon around the Dabb screen. Dabb gets it back. Attacks Evans. No good. Pushing the pace here. Swing to the wing. 3-ball. Smith. No good. Jewel Wolfett also into the game for her first action for the Thunder. Another Acadia product. O'Connell's three is off. Rebounded by Reardon. Threads the needle for Power. Comes up short on the layup. Loose ball, and we're going to get a foul against the Thunder. Will be Hornets ball with 49 seconds remaining in the quarter as Aaliyah Frazier will check back in for the Thunder. Melina Collins returns for the Hornets. Baseline inbounds here. It's going to be Brianna Reardon to trigger. She's out there with Dabb, Francois, Power, and Collins. Power, catch and shoot, short. I was laughing pregame with Carly Yepes asking, are you going to let Caitlin Power shoot threes? And a savvy move there from Power, jumping the passing lane, forces the turnover by Evans. Anyway, Yepes says, to my question, is Caitlin Power allowed to shoot threes? The response was only if she's open. And it's a bit of a funny joke here. Caitlin Power was allowed to do a lot of things with the Huskies, but shoot threes was not one of them. She did make 2 threes in her Huskies career. One was in the last minute of this year's AUS championship win, and one was in the final minute 2 years ago of the Huskies' bronze medal loss in Sydney in the U Sports Nationals. So the only 3 she's made in her university basketball career came in the final minute of the biggest stage, Nationals and the AUS championship. We'll see if she gets to shoot some this season. Again, Carly Yepes says she can if she's open. 7 seconds remaining. Fougier feeds Dabb. Broken up. Dabb has to put up a prayer. Gets it to go. Oh, baby. Sasha Dabb from the volleyball line banks it in. What a shot. The bank is open on a Sunday afternoon for Sasha Dabb, and that gives the Hornets a 16-14 lead heading into the second quarter. Take another look at this. Dabb just heaves it up and gets it to go off glass. Broken play by Russell, but Sasha Dabb, great look at it there. Gets it to go. And the Hornets take a 2-point lead. I'm going to stick around here. I'm looking for the MWBA ad reads. I think I have them in my email somewhere. But either way, I want to give a shout out to the league sponsors. We've got Royale, Proline Stadium, Medivy, I believe. I'm just looking at the boards here. And, of course, thank you to St. Mary's University here and Maritime Athletic Profiles. But, yeah, an exciting first quarter of action. The Hornets have a 16-14 lead. Let's talk about last season a little bit. The Thunder continued to prove to be the powerhouse of this league, an undefeated season, 10-0 in the regular season, 2-0 in the playoffs. outscored their opponents by an average of 22 points per game on their way to their second straight MWBA championship. Over the 3-year history of the league, the Hornets have only lost one game, and it was in the finals in the inaugural 2022 season. And they lost to the Halifax Hornets in the championship game. So that was a disappointment for the Thunder, but they came back with a vengeance and haven't lost a game in over 2 seasons, regular season or playoffs, as they look to continue that streak today. But as mentioned, new look team. They returned 5 players: Sandy Saunders, Kira Duffy, Sophie Atkinson, Sammy Russell, and Alina McMillan. The All-Star guard was a first-team MWBA All-Star and the championship MVP last season for the Thunder. Not currently with the team, as she is finishing up her rookie season as a professional in France with Pays d'Artois. Having a great season there. Hornets, on the other hand, they too have 5 returning players. They are Caitlin Power, Nalini Maharaj, Jasmine Parent, Maddie Hiscock, and not here today, All-Star guard Amanda Piercy, who just finished up her, I believe, senior season with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics. Great pass there and a nice finish. That is a Dalhousie connection as Samantha Minieri finds Melina Collins on the back cut. Both those players played this past season for Coach Tanya McKay of the Dal Tigers. McKay, as there's a 3-ball by Haley Lawler all the way from Red Deer, Alberta. The Mount Royal Cougar. Lawler, 5'8" guard this last season. Started 19 of 20 league games with Mount Royal, averaging better than 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Nice do-it-all player. Aaliyah Frazier. Talk about do-it-all players. That's Frazier's second block shot of the first half. Haley Lawler, I've got some info here on her. Played her first 4 seasons with McEwen, also in the Canada West Conference in Alberta. And she comes from a very athletic family. Her sister Jamie Lawler was a teammate of hers at Mount Royal. Her other sister Kelsey Lawler played at the University of Saskatchewan, the national champions. Kelsey played from 2016 to 2019, but Saskatchewan's been a really good program for a really long time, and of course won the national championship this past March. And as we have a error here at the score table, I'll keep going on that. Kelsey Lawler, I also have, she played softball at Boise State University and with Team Canada. And Haley Lawler's father played baseball at Washington State University, and her mother played basketball at Red Deer College. So here's what happened. Some children playing in the back kicked out a power line, or an extension cord. So our scoreboard lost power, our score table lost power. And now it's back up and running. Score is 18-17, 8:52 remaining. And hopefully those kids won't kick out the power line again. Back to action here. But yeah, incredible stuff about the Lawler Alberta basketball royalty, basketball and baseball. I'm sure Haley can probably flash leather a little bit herself. I can't imagine she doesn't have a softball or baseball experience. Again, foul, and Aaliyah Frazier shooting 2. Hits the first. Frazier just finished up an incredible career. Played her last 2 seasons with the St. Mary's Huskies. Played her first 3 with the St. FXX women. 2-time AUS champion with St. Mary's. Won the 2023 Sylvia Sweeney Award, Youth Sports Award for Student Athlete Community Service. Great pass there by Brianna Reardon, finding Sasha Dabb out of the trap for the easy bucket. Now Taya Dixon in. That was Emily Nunez-Sabian on the drive. She is blocked, but it will remain Thunder ball in the baseline. This Thunder team has a lot of Acadia past and present Axe women. As Lawler gets it in for Dixon. She'll put it up. Too strong off glass. Rebound corralled by Minieri. Hiscock bobbles it. Here is Reardon. Reardon. Nice little in and out dribble. Not on the same page there with Minieri on the roll. And, I mean, these teams, I know Carly Yepes told me the Hornets have had 5 or 6 practices. I believe the Thunder have only had 3. They didn't even get together as a team until Tuesday of this past week, so still a lot to iron out. It's a quick season, 6 weeks, 12 games, including playoffs. But, I mean, this league, what an incredible opportunity for, I was going to say young women, but really women of all ages to continue playing basketball at a very, very high level, whether they just finished their first year of university. As Lawler continues to impress, knocks down the free throw line pull-up. But yeah, if a player just finished their first year or just finished their 5th year, looking to perhaps get some game film and go pro, or, you know, they're a veteran like Jasmine Perrin, who's going to the line here, looking to just stay involved in the game they love, stay fit, and have some fun in the spring months. As Jasmine Parent back on the free throw line, gets the first to go. Sharp shooting lefty. She played her university basketball at Acadia. Played her first year at St. Mary's, but played the next 4 at Acadia, where she was a 2012 AUS champion. And again, Parent has played all 4 seasons with the Halifax Hornets. One of just a couple of players in the MWBA to have appeared in all 4 seasons. Here's Helmig, floats it up, no. Loose ball, battle, tied up. And Parent wins her team possession with that tie-up. So Hornets continue to hold on to a 1-point lead, 22-21. It's been a tight game. Neither team has led by more than 4 or 5 points. Hiscock lost the handle. And we're going the other way. Thunder got Atkinson, Helmig, Nunez-Sabian, Dixon, and Duffy. Here's Atkinson. Spinning on Collins, lost it, and turns it over. I got to say, the quality of play, especially the turnovers right now, is not indicative of what you'll see all season long. Things are just a little out of sorts right now, but again, these teams have had 3, 4, or 5 practices all season. Some of these players, you know, they're all in great shape, but some of them might not have played serious basketball since last season or since February or March in terms of the active university players. So, knocking off some rust, but if you've watched this league in the past, by the time it comes around to the Legacy Cup in June, you're going to be seeing some of the top women's basketball you can ever see in Canada. Let's see. No action in the YouTube comments. Again, reach out. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Give us a shout out to any players you're cheering on in particular. I see we've got just under 100 live viewers here on Maritime Athletic Profiles, so join the conversation in the YouTube comments or reach out to me on Twitter at AlanAprilSMU. What else should we talk about here? Let's talk about the coaching staff. So both these teams with new coaches, new head coaches at least, but still a lot of continuity in the coaching staffs. We'll start with the Thunder. After Brandon Rayfuse is still the general manager after Parker Regan just accomplished everything you could ask in this league. 35-1 overall record, back-to-back championships, just putting on a tremendous experience for this team and really becoming the standard of the league that all other teams are looking to get to. Again, he handed over the reins as head coach this year to his longtime assistant, Alex Petropoulos. Petropoulos, currently the head coach of the Citadel Phoenix boys basketball team here in Halifax, one of the top high school boys basketball teams in Atlantic Canada. And his coaching staff, as mentioned, he's got Kevin Duffy, former Acadia Axemen player and head coach of their men's basketball team, and husband of the aforementioned Kira Duffy, as well as Key Van Vino, one of the top players, male or female, to come out of Atlantic Canada in recent years. Key Van playing professionally, I believe still in the Netherlands, and I know he's going to play again for the CEBL, I believe Ottawa this summer. But really cool for him to start his coaching journey here with the Thunder and his buddy Alex. I know they go way back. So that's the Thunder coaching staff, and we'll talk about the Hornets a little bit more in our next break. And stay tuned at half. We're going to have some interviews with some players. As there's a steal, Emily Nunez-Sabian pushing the break, lays it up and in. Well done there. Nunez-Sabian, the current Acadia Axewoman, another former Armbre Osprey. And I saw Coach John Tramble in the building. JT's got to be loving this game. There are 4 former Acadia Axewomen on the court, but also he was a former assistant coach at Acadia and Mount Royal for their women's basketball teams. And, I mean, you look up and down the rosters, there's a lot of Mount Royal and Acadia contingent in this lineup. So John Tramble's probably coached the majority of the players in this game. Maybe not the majority, but 50%. As there's a foul on the rebound. Atkinson gets knocked down. Oh, we got our first YouTube comment, and it's from a legend of the game, Gord McNeely. Tuning in from PEI, MWBA is the best. Good luck to all players this year. I also have a feeling Gord is cheering for the Thunder and Kira Duffy, and of course Kevin Duffy. So that is his daughter and son-in-law. As nice step-through layup there by Sandy Saunders. That's something Saunders does really well. She's such a key player for this team. Never the go-to option, but reliable catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, and she's got some really nice footwork when she catches the ball. Oh, that would have been a nice dish by Menieri falling, but she was fouled first, so the layup will not count for Francois. We're going to get a baseline inbound here for the Hornets. 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. As Menieri post moves. Well done. Up and in with the left. And again, the Hornets, the one advantage they have on paper and on the court is interior. They've got some serious size, this Hornets team. 3 6-footers in Menieri, Power, and Dab. And of course, Jasmine Parent, not quite 6 feet, but one of the best post players in this league. As there, once again, that's Maddie Hiscock. Maddie Hiscock has hit the floor 7 or 8 times in this game. Good news is she's a chiropractor, so if she's got any back issues, she'll know what to do. But Thunder take a timeout here. And we got another YouTube comment right on cue. Michelle Bryden cheering on the Hornets from the Valley, especially number 15, Jasmine Parent. And yeah, awesome. Thanks, Gord and Michelle, for tuning in. MWBA action, you gotta love it. Promised I'd talk about the Hornets coaching staff next, so let's do that. Carly Yepes. Carly Yepes. This is a great Maritime basketball story. Carly Yepes came, I believe, in 2017 from Quito, Ecuador. Came to UPEI, you know, new country, new language, totally new experience. And she just fell in love with PEI first and then the rest of the Atlantic basketball scene. She currently works, get this, as I believe her title is Operations Manager with Basketball Nova Scotia. So she's full-time with Basketball Nova Scotia, coaches provincial teams, assistant coach for the Dow Tigers, head coach for your Halifax Hornets. Again, she's a super great player. You see she's got crutches in their huddle now. She is coming off a knee injury, but won back-to-back championships with the Halifax Thunder. Actually, he's had played all 3 seasons prior to this one in this league. Played the inaugural season with the Windsor Edge, now the Lake City 56ers organization. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the awesome things about this league, about the AUS, about basketball in general. How many stories do you hear about women coming to play basketball in Atlantic Canada and University and falling in love with the local scene, you know, moving here, starting their career here, raising their families here while continuing to stay involved in the local basketball scene. It's an amazing thing, and this MWBA just adds a whole other element to that. A chance for them to continue playing at a very, very high level in the spring, May and June. I'll tell you, Samantha Menieri, she's got a little Jokic in her game. Just watched that Game 7 last night, but Menieri, little pivot, reverse pivot, drop a dime. Impressed by Menieri's passing, and the double big lineup of Menieri and Caitlin Power paying dividends. But right on cue, Sandy Saunders ties it up at 28. Saunders having a big first half here, knocks down the triple. And this has been a back-and-forth ball game. Here's Menieri again. Watch the post moves. Wow, up and under reverse. Samantha Menieri. Great footwork on the block. Coming off her rookie season with the Dow Tigers. And Menieri doing it on the defensive end. No, she's going to be called for a foul. Carly Yepes not happy, but official Steve Close saw some contact there. You're right. E. Fletcher, I totally miss. Carly Yepes is also head coach of the Halifax Grammar School Griffins, who had a tremendous season. I believe they silver runner-ups both in the city and the province. So, yeah, I mean, Carly Yepes, incredible, everything she's doing. And Carissa Caggiarini, one of the all-time legends of this league as well, tuning in from Portugal for Carly Yepes' coaching debut. Love MWBA season. Wish I could be there. Jacob Archibald also cheering on Brianna Reardon from my coach. Awesome. Hope the coach is comfy on this Sunday afternoon. Jacob, who needs NFL Sunday afternoon when you've got MWBA? Awesome. Love to see all the YouTube comments. As we get a loose ball, yep, right call, shot clock violation. 2:30 remaining in this second quarter. Just so much to talk about. I'm excited to be back on the mic here for what's going to be a great MWBA season. You see how much talent is in this gym, and both of these teams arguably without their star guards in Alina McMillan and Amanda Piercy. And also another player, Chloe Oxner, is not in the lineup today for the Hornets as well. So another depth piece, another Mount St. Vincent Mystic product who will be suiting up for the Hornets. Great catch by Power, turnaround, no good. Rebound batted back to Power. Maharaj looking for his cock, and she's unable to handle the entry pass. 2:04 remaining in the first half. Again, stick around. I'm going to get some interviews. In fact, I'll give our fans here 2 minutes to request an interview subject. We'll see if anybody gets a lot of votes, and I'll try to make it happen. No guarantees, but I plan on interviewing one player from each team at halftime. And, of course, we'll interview our player of the game postgame. 3-ball, Hannah Smith, no. Batted around, KP with the board. She'll hand it over to Brianna Reardon, running point for the Hornets. Power, another nice catch. A crossover, turns, fires, too strong. Power gets her own rebound and puts it up and in. Second chance bucket for KP. The Electric Factory making things happen. Caitlin Power coming off a great career with the St. Mary's Huskies, and those are the kind of plays she does best. These little momentum-turning plays. She'll have a huge block. At 6'2", she's got a great handle. She'll push the pace and get a funky fast break layup or put back. Blocking shots, getting in passing lanes. I mean, you look as another good defensive play there by Hiscock, blowing up the Russell drive, will remain Thunder ball. Just looking here, Caitlin Power in her St. Mary's career averaged just under a block and a steal per game. As mentioned, 4th all-time in St. Mary's women's basketball career blocks with 78 in 94 games. And a 3-time AUS champ for Caitlin Power, 6'2" forward out of Bayside, Nova Scotia. All right, we got some more. Okay, cheering on our Cape Breton girl and former Mount St. Vincent guard, Brianna, I don't know the middle name or the maiden name, Reardon. And maybe that's why. I took a quick look. Again, I only had like an hour before this game to do my homework. Typically, and it's game one for me, it's game one for them. Like I said, we haven't had a lot of practice coming into this one, but typically I got lots of notes on these players. From a quick Google search, I could not find Brianna Reardon, who played for Mount St. Vincent, but I have some insight now that I may have been looking under the wrong name, so I'll try to have some facts and stats for my next game when I call the Hornets. But I've been impressed by Reardon, and she's got some fans in the chat. Really good, savvy point guard. Can't rush her, can't speed her up. Good handle. Controlling pace here for the Hornets. So let's talk a little bit about the MWBA. We've got 3 games in action today, and at least one is over. Lake City, the 56ers, looking like a powerhouse in this league through the first weekend. 2 commanding wins. They defeated the Miramichi Hurricanes 76-50 this afternoon in Miramichi. They beat the Moncton Mystics last night. Lillian Fuller, Courtney Donaldson, Zoe Olskamp. Some key players for the 56ers, and actually Aki Kobayashi, standout with the St. Mary's Huskies, not playing this opening weekend. Right on cue, Brianna Reardon, what a take. Up and in with the left hand among the trees. Reardon gets on the scoreboard and pushes the lead up to 6, largest lead of the game for either team. And Hornets can add to it right here. This is Francois. Gets downhill. Has it knocked loose. It's going to remain Mystics ball. Sorry. Hornets ball with 16 seconds on the shot clock. That's one of the problems. The Hornets, I sometimes slip up and call them the Mystics because they have a lot of Mount St. Vincent connections, but also I can't do that because there's another team in this league called the Mystics. Fougere, are you kidding me? Sorry, Reardon. Brianna Reardon, back-to-back buckets. She hits the 3 to push the lead up to 9. And the Thunder call a timeout Brianna Reardon, right on cue, making me look silly for not having many stats and facts about her. Comes out of the timeout, scores 5 straight points, and pushes the lead to 37-28. Got any of those replays, producer Dylan? Let's take a look. Showed up producer Dylan. Cameras, Kaylee and Theo, and Melvin. Theo? Yeah, all right. As we take a look here at some replays, here's Maharaj dishing it over to Minieri. And look at that finish on the reverse by Samantha Minieri. Caitlin Power doing work down low. That's no good, but look at Power. Not giving up, getting her own rebound, putting it up and in. That was a nice defensive play by Hiscock. And here is Brianna Fougier. Check this out. Hesitation dribble. Keeps the ball extended. Get another look here. Tough finish with the left. I don't know if she's a lefty or not, but that was a tough finish. And then we'll find out right here if Reardon's a lefty or not. Nope, that's a right-handed three-point shot. Nothing but net. 5 straight points for Brianna Reardon. And the Hornets, they may be on a 9-0 run now that I look at it, as they have a 9-point lead. This should be the last shot of the quarter. As that's Wolfett out to Russell. Duffy on the block. 2 seconds. Duffy blocked by Power. KP continues to make an impact on both ends. And the Hornets take a 9-point lead into the half, 37-28. I'm going to go try and grab a quick interview, but we'll be right back. You're watching live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Welcome back here now with the Electric Factory, Caitlin Power. Caitlin, fun first half here. You're blocking shots, got a couple points. How exciting is it to be back on this court and playing with the Hornets?
It's good. I never thought that I'd be back on this exact court, but I'm happy to be, and I'm happy to be with like a new group of girls. A lot of them are younger, and I'm kind of taking the opportunity to use my leadership to make a difference with them and the future of the Hornets and their AUS teams as well.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about your thought process coming back to play in the league. I know you just finished an outstanding AUS career, but it's been a grind, a lot of basketball over the last 6 years. Did you hesitate to come play for the Hornets this year?
I did a bit, but one of my best friends, Carla, is the head coach. My other best friend, Sophia, so it was like an easy decision. I also just didn't feel finished, even though I got that third white hat. I still wanted to personally just come out here and have fun and do something a little bit different.
Awesome. And I mean, your thoughts on the team through the first 20 minutes? I know you guys have only had 4 or 5 practices, but what do you think the potential of this group is?
Yeah, I mean, we actually had 2 practices,
oh, wow.
One that I was at, so not many, but honestly, I'm shocked, but like happily shocked. I think Thunder has a lot of talent, like on paper, but I think we're outworking them, we're bringing energy, and that's what you can do, and that's how you win games, so yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, KP. We'll see you in the second half, maybe a 3.
Yes, definitely a 3.
All right, you heard it. We'll be back in just a minute here with a player from the Halifax Thunder. You're watching live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. welcome back to live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Joined now by Thunder guard Haley Lawler. Haley, thanks for joining me. First and foremost, I want to hear how you ended up playing in Halifax this summer. You're from Alberta, just finished your university career with Mount Royal. How'd you end up here?
Well, my coach at Mount Royal, Robin Fleckenstein, she's from out here. She knows Brandon really well, so she kind of made the connection for us and got us all set up to come out here. And then, yeah, once we found somewhere to live and everything, we headed out. But mainly through her is how I even found out about the league. So, yeah. And
you're here with one of your teammates, Alexis, as well. I know this is your first game, and you've been here for less than a week, maybe 2 or 3 practices. But what appeals you to the MWBA, and what do you think this league offers for a player like yourself who just finished your university eligibility?
Well, I think it's awesome that the league provides really high-level competition for post-grad, because out in Alberta and stuff, we don't have a league like this, so it provides a chance for people to continue playing the sport they love and to continue playing at a high level. Yeah, and it's also a really fun league full of amazing players, amazing people, and it's especially on our team, it's all about the fun of playing. So yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, an amazing group and program here with the Thunder. You do find yourselves down 9 at the half. What do you think about the team's play in the first half, and what's one thing you need to improve in the second half?
I think we're still figuring each other out. We haven't had a lot of practices, so I think we've put some focuses in place, really working on what we're doing in the paint. So that'll be a big thing for us, and just continuing to play fast, play fun, and kind of learn how to play with each other. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Haley. You want to shout out anyone potentially watching on YouTube?
Yeah, just my family. I think they're watching at home. So my mom, my dad, my sister. So yeah.
Athletic family, I saw.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Haley. Welcome to Halifax and the East Coast, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
All right. Very cool. We'll be back in a little bit here with the second half. You're watching live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. All right, welcome back. Big shout out, thank you to Caitlin Power and Haley Lawler for the halftime interviews. And we're taking a look here at some first half highlights, and there were some great highlights. Samantha Minieri showing off some post moves and a nice touch on the reverse layup. Here is Caitlin Power who is one of our halftime interview subjects, following her own miss, putting it up and in on her longtime home court. I guess here today as a visitor. That's got to feel kind of weird. And at the end of the half, Brianna Reardon put on a show. Tough take with the left hand for the layup. Get another look at that one here. Reardon scored the final 5 points of the first half. The Hornets finished the first half on a 9-0 run and lead 37-28 as Reardon hits a triple. And again, power with a big block on the defensive end. So we get set to begin the second half. This is it's the first look of both these teams this year, but just in terms of this league's history, can't say it enough, but, law of averages. Thunder with a 35-1 overall record in this league have not lost a game in over 2 seasons. Their last and only loss in MWBA history was in the 2022 championship as they were defeated by this Halifax Hornets team. I don't believe any, oh no, that's not true. Jasmine Parent was on that team. I don't believe anybody else was. Alina McMillan, who we'll see potentially next week in a Thunder jersey, was with the Hornets that initial year, as were some other great St. Mary's Huskies, and Clara Gascoigne and Lucy Beaumont. And there's some Huskies on Huskies crime as Aaliyah Frazier picks off her former teammate Caitlin Power. Duffy on the drive, puts it up and in with the right hand. Tell you, Kira Duffy, when this team needs a bucket, they dial up number 3, and she is just a very efficient scorer. And you see Duffy battling here with the larger Samantha Minieri, and Duffy comes away with it. Actually, it's Haley Lawler who gets the steal, and it's stolen back by Melina Collins. Reardon loses it. Another steal for Duffy. Running the 2-on-1. Lawler puts it up and in. Haley Lawler gets that one to drop. The Red Deer, Alberta native. You heard from her during our halftime interview segment. So cool. One of the really cool things about this league. And, of course, Robin Fleckenstein. Shout out to Robin if she's watching. Herself a former Acadia Axwoman. Oh, the hot shooting of Brianna Reardon continues. That's 8 straight points for Reardon. And the lead is back up to 8. Sandy Saunders drives, kicks. Good ball movement. Frazier, 3, no. Saunders, second chance, no. Third chance for Saunders, tied up. And guess who's on the floor again? It's Maddie Hiscock. I should have kept track of a Maddie Hiscock hitting the deck count. It's got to be double digits. Finding herself involved in every loose ball. As we get some substitutions in here for the Hornets. And here's Sophie Atkinson on the drive. Tough take, lots of contact, no whistle. Rebounded by Hiscock. Bobbled it. Gets it over to the steady hands of Brianna Reardon. Now Collins. Defended by Frazier on the wing. Minieri. That's going to be an offensive foul as she got an elbow up high on Duffy. And Duffy's up and smiling, but that's the one thing about this league. You never want any injuries in any level of basketball, but it's especially tough when you're either a current university player and you get hurt in the summertime, or you're a 9-to-5 professional and you get hurt on a Sunday afternoon playing basketball and you have to take Monday off of work. But Kira Duffy taking no plays off, no days off. She's right back to the free throw line. Let's talk Kira Duffy for a minute. 5'10", wing out of Charlottetown PEI and Colonel Gray High School. Played with the UPI Panthers from 2013 to 2018, averaging 11 points per game. In the 2018 season, she was a first-team AUS All-Star, scored over 18 points per game, and won the Sylvia Sweeney Award as Student Athlete Community Service for all of U Sports. Actually, kind of cool and emblematic of the Thunder culture. 2 different players on this Thunder team won the U Sports Award for Student Athlete Community Service. Kira Duffy in 2018 and Aaliyah Frazier in 2022. Just goes to speak to the incredible people that Brandon Rayfuse, Alex Petropoulos, and everyone involved in Thunder and the Thunder Selects program. The incredible people that they recruit to be a part of this. As a great dish and finish, Saunders to Atkinson, the former Axwomen teammates hooking up for 2. And that cuts the lead down to 5. Collins' 3 is off. So moments ago, the Hornets were down 8. But they've got a chance here to cut it to a single possession ball game. Aaron Weir, big-time Thunder fan, saying, let's go Thunder. Got to bring it for the second half, and so far so good. Frazier on the drive. Tough take by Aaliyah Frazier. Showing off those long arms. I say that sometimes during Huskies games. Frazier listed at 5'10", but he's got 6'3" wingspan or something like that. I don't know exactly, but. And we have a foul on the other end. It's going to be a baseline inbound here. Foul goes against Sophie Atkinson. That's her first personal. Baseline inbound. Reardon gets it in for Collins. Nice delivery, and Collins puts it up and in for 2. Melina Collins, former Thunder, now looking to hand her former team their first loss in 3 years. Atkinson, another great cut. Frazier found her, but Atkinson hurried on the layup. Now Duffy attacks Parent. Fouled, and Duffy right back on the free throw line where she just missed 2, but we'll look for a different result this time.
Halifax Hornets foul number 21, Maddie Hiscock. That's Hiscock's second personal foul, team third. Substitutions, checking.
Kira Duffy. I believe she's a physiotherapist now, and I believe in the Wolfville area where she's made her home with her husband Kevin. And if you want to hear an entertaining basketball broadcast, more entertaining than me potentially, tune into an Acadia Axemen or Axewomen, why not both? A doubleheader of Acadia basketball, and here are the dynamic duo, husband and wife, Kevin and Kira on the call. Actually, Kira did a phenomenal job as the color commentator for the AUS Championships women's basketball tournament this past March. So Kira's coming for my job, but at least for now, she's content to keep playing. And let me call her games. Parent, second chance. Yes. Jasmine Parent. I'll tell you, points per minute, Jasmine Parent has got to be one of the all-time leaders in this league. She comes in and just makes left-handed layups. It's pretty amazing how consistently she comes in and just, I mean, I could talk all day about the things she's really good at, but how about Lily Francois showing you what she's good at as she dials up the triple and pushes it back up to an 8-point lead. So it was cut down to 3, but a 5-0 run for the Hornets have it back up to 8. 47-39, 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Collins, Parent, out of the high post, creates space, gets it back, and stripped on the way up by Atkinson. Parent wanted a foul, no call. Russell, blocked from behind by Sasha Dabb. It's going to remain Hornets ball, but I'll tell you, Hornets defensively making some big plays here. You've got the block shots of Caitlin Power and now Sasha Dabb. The all-over hustle and aggressiveness of Maddie Hiscock, and Hornets starting to assert themselves on the defensive end of the floor, which I know Coach Carla Yepes is loving. Here's Manieri. The big getting a chance to dribble the ball a little bit, and Lily Francois back-to-back triples. Saw her dad Sean in attendance here. And a turnover, and it's all Hornets right now. An 11-point lead, largest lead of the game for either team. As Hannah Smith checks back in for the Hornets. Lily Francois hitting back-to-back triples. Francois just finished her first year with the Cape Breton University Capers. Cole Harbour native, played her high school ball at Armbray Academy. Last year appeared in 13 games with the Capers, averaging 1.3 points. But I do say she shot 40% from three, did Francois, so no surprise she's knocking them down here. That was a beautiful Euro step layup up and in by Samantha Russell. Russell was a first-team AUS All-Star this past year. Another defensive play there, blocked by Atkinson, and Russell pushing the pace in transition. Lost it, but Helmig jumps on it. Helmig, crossover, floater, no. It will remain Thunder ball on the baseline, 11 on the shot clock. Caitlin Powers going to check back in for the Hornets, replacing Sasha Dabb. And in for the Thunder. Are they going to let her in? Yes. Haley Lawler checks back in, replacing Sophia Atkinson. And we get a timeout. We got some replays, producer Dylan. There has been some excitement in this third quarter. Let's take a look. Here's Kira Duffy on the drive. Fouled on that one. Jasmine Parent, third chance, up and in with the left hand. Doing what she does best. And here's Lily. No, sorry, that's a reverse look of that one. Parent. You see, her post positioning is perfect. And here's another good look at it. Look at the amount of space she creates down low. But Lily Francois didn't need any space down low to knock down that triple. But yeah, you see the screen and roll by Parent. Gravity, right? Attracts so much defensive attention. That time Parent got stripped on the way up, wanted the foul. But Sasha Dabb denies Sammy Russell on the other end. Look at the length of Sasha Dabb. She just finished her first season at UMB. And here, Francois, sweet stroke, knocks down her second triple of the quarter. Sammy Russell coming the other way. This is just all-star behavior from Sammy Russell, stepping through the defender. And that time Atkinson blocks that. There you have it. Got to say, great crowd here. Probably 300, 400 fans in attendance at the Homburg Center. Everyone watches women's sports. Halifax Tide, the first professional women's team of any sport in Halifax, in the Northern Super League Soccer. Wow, tough finish there. That is Hannah Smith, another Cape Breton Caper. So, you know, we got some rivalries on this floor. As there, a foul. As Collins coughed it up, Russell with the steal, and Collins fouls her at half court. Just looking up and down the roster, we've got players from Acadia on both teams. We've got players from St. Mary's on both teams. We've got players from Cape Breton on both teams. That's it. But, you know, we've got the Hornets have players from Mount St. Vincent, Dow, formerly Kings in Nalini Maharaj, and UMB in Sasha Dabb. So a lot of different AUS experience and ACAA experience on the court here. Tell you, these teams may look different, but they're not less strong than previous years. Just different. And that's so cool to see. As Jasmine Parent continuing to work down low, blocked, gets her own rebound, and it will remain Hornets ball. You know, you look at some of the players that moved on from these teams, and there's some legends. Justine Colley-Legier, Katie Ross, Carly Yepes, who of course is the head coach now of the Hornets. All have been longtime Thunder and tremendous players. Oh, Parent just knocking the rolls right now, but continuing to be a presence down low. Here's Lawler, trapped, finds Helmick. Russell, extra pass. Smith, open, connects. Hannah Smith hits the corner three and cuts it down to a 4-point lead. The Hornets keep pushing it up to 8-9 points, but the Thunder will not go down without a fight. They've cut it back down to 4 with under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Reardon, over now for Hiscock. Active hands of Smith poke it loose, but it will remain Thunder ball as Alexis Evans checks back in for Alex Petropoulos' side. We'll have a sideline inbound here for the Hornets. 5 on the shot clock. So they'll have to get something going quick. Neve O'Connell. Parent. Shot clock is over. That was quick. Quick 5 seconds, but I don't think the Hornets communicated the shot clock situation, and the Thunder will take over, looking to cut it down to a single possession game with a score. Russell has a big height advantage on Reardon. Wow. Oh, nearly a circus shot by Smith, but she was called for the travel anyway. O'Connell gets it in for Hiscock. The former Mount St. Vincent Mystic, former ACAA All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year. Parent. I'll tell you, for a player like Alexis Evans, who just finished her first year, what a steal by Sammy Russell. Coming the other way, Russell, yes. Sammy Russell is starting to take over in this third quarter, turning defense into offense, and the Thunder have cut it down to a 2-point ball game. That's a couple steals and scores for Russell in this quarter. Parent. Elbow jumper, no good. What I was saying, for a player like Alexis Evans, who just finished her first year of U Sports basketball at Mount Royal, I mean, what an opportunity this is for her to, again, continue playing at a high level, be exposed to a whole different basketball scene on the other side of the country. But she is getting a welcome to the league from the vet Jasmine Parent, who knows all the tricks, knows when to get physical. And like we said, one of the vets of this league, day one MWBA player. Evans holding her own though. Hiscock. Russell a bit over aggressive, and that's foul number 22 of the night for Maddie Hiscock, who has spent as much time on the floor as she has on her feet seemingly. Love the intensity though. These players, some of them may be new to this league. It might be game number 1 of a 6-week-long season, but this is like a playoff type intensity in this gym. The Thunder, this team does not want to be the Thunder team that breaks the win streak. I believe it is a 24-game overall win streak for the Thunder. 12-0 in each of the last 2 seasons. And for the Hornets, and straight up, it was a disappointing season for the Hornets last year. Finished 1-10, missed the Legacy Cup. But 5 returning players with a lot of experience. Again, Melina Collins, MWBA experience with the Thunder. So they have some experienced players, and they have some players who want to prove themselves, young players trying to make a name for themselves in this league. That will do it for the third quarter, but what a third quarter it was. The Hornets hold on to a slim lead, 50-48 over the Thunder. As we get set, it's going to be a thrilling finish here. Coming up, Thunder, Hornets. 2-point game, fourth quarter on the way. MWBA action on Maritime Athletic Profiles. You got to love it. I'm just going to take a water break. I'm not going anywhere. No, leave it up. Leave it up. What else? I know, so we talked a little bit about the Lake City 56ers as one of the other teams in the league. Lake City off to a 2-0 start, wins over Miramichi and Moncton. In other action, the Fredericton Freeze, 1-0. They defeated the Port City Fog, 64-53. Good crowd at Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium. And I love to see that for Fredericton, Bailey Russell and Allie McCarthy, fresh off their U Sports bronze medals with the University of Ottawa GGs. And OUA champs. I believe Ottawa won the OUA champs this year. But they're both Fredericton natives, and, you know, I mean, what? Exams finished a week, 2 weeks ago? Straight from Ottawa after exams. Back home to Freddie Beach for another exciting MWBA season. Got to give a shout out to my buddy Bill Gibson, Brad Janes, and everyone involved with the Freeze organization. And there's so many great people involved in the MWBA. I saw Commissioner Jen Lloyd McKenzie in the house. We only have one headset. Otherwise, I would have invited somebody to potentially. Do we? It's all good. Next Thunder game, we'll set up a second headset, and we'll get Jen on commentary for a bit. Jen McKenzie, the commish. Anyway, just chatting with producer Dylan about something. We will get Jen on a game to do some color commentary and talk about the league soon. But just like that, we got ourselves a tie ball game, folks. To start the fourth quarter, Bianca Helmig drills the midi, and it's a whole new game, 50-50. Melina Collins, a little bit of a bailout call there by official Ryan Maxwell, but Collins will step to the free throw line to shoot two. Melina Collins, 5'11" guard out of Halifax and Halifax West High. This past year with the Dow Tigers, averaged just under 9 points per game. She had a game in November at Dow against St. Mary's where she hit 9 3-pointers. She scored 31 points, set a Dow program record with 9 threes made in a season. And then I don't know if I really expanded on the Dow connections with this Hornets team, but Collins played this past season with Dow. Samantha Manieri just finished her first season with Dow. And then, as mentioned, Carla Yepes, among the 4 or 5 teams she coaches, include the Dow Tigers. She's an assistant coach there. And Tanya McKay, who is now an assistant with Carla, flipping script a little bit, also a former Dow Tiger. Sorry, no. Tanya McKay is the head coach of the Dow Tigers. And Anna Parsons is on this team but not here today. So that's another player for the Hornets that is not here today, but another Dow product. And another assistant coach of Carla's with Halifax Grammar School. What a move. Aaliyah Frazier sent Reardon flying, but couldn't capitalize. Sold the clip, as the kids say. Hornets not phased, looking to add on to this 2-point lead. It's Reardon around the ball screen. Collins crosses over, drives, up with the left, off the side of the backboard, rebounded by Saunders. Helmig pushing. Finds Smith on the left wing. Out for Frazier. Defended by her Huskies teammate, Power. Helmig's three is off. And we're going to get a loose ball foul against Caitlin Power.
Substitution.
Possession will remain here with the Thunder. Yep. Coach Chris. Is that Chris Downey? Shout out to the officials, Chloe, Maxwell, and Walsh. I was giving Chris some shout outs yesterday on the court. But yeah, Steve Chloe, Ryan Maxwell, Lindsay Walsh, 3 tremendous refs. Did AUS games all season long. And I mean, among the many things the MWBA is good for, it's also awesome for the refs. And just one, Lindsay Walsh, obviously just one woman ref today, but the MWBA has had multiple games with all female officiating crews, which is such a cool thing to see and pretty rare at this level of basketball. So cool, as nice feed there, Helmig to Evans for her first MWBA bucket. I'm going to finish my point there in a second. Wow, Samantha Manieri putting on a post clinic right now. Running a perfect pick and roll there with Reardon. Catching high, keeping high, finishing with the left. We're going to get a bad screen here off the pick and pop by Aaliyah Frazier. Tell you, this Hornets team, they're not going 1-10 this year. Mark my words. But yeah, I'm just going to finish that point about the refs and about this league and kind of women's sports in general. It's about representation, and you look here, there's a lot of young girls in attendance, and not only are those girls seeing high-level women's basketball being played, but you know, you're seeing other things. You're seeing women head coaches, you're seeing female officials, and a lot of opportunities in the game, and sometimes you have to see it to dream it. And that's one of the many amazing things about the MWBA. I understand there's some irony in me saying that as a male doing commentary, but we would have a female commentator, except they're all playing in this league. As I mentioned, Kira Duffy has done some great female commentary in the recent years. Courtney Donaldson, a little up-and-coming commentator herself. Power altered, if not blocked, that layup attempt by Helmig. But yeah, we'll get some female representation on the broadcast this year as well. Wow. Whoa, what a block by Duffy. I loved the pick and roll read by Reardon, but Duffy denies Parent. And we got ourselves a bit of a track meet right now. This is great basketball being played. These two teams are very evenly matched. When it's not even they're missing, it's great defensive possessions. Well, that was a miss by Francois, but can't hit them all. And we're going to get a timeout here by the Thunder. 54-52, 2-point ball game. You got to love it. MWBA action right here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. So yeah, we talked about the 3 games in the league today. Lake City over Miramichi. Lake City improves to 2-0. And the Fredericton Freeze over the Port City Fog. There was just one game yesterday as Lake City beat Moncton. But head to mwba.ca. It's a great website. Shout out the team putting that together, and take a look at the schedule, the standings, the stats, the teams, league leaders. Everything you could want to see on a website is there. Looking forward a little. Next weekend, Lake City 56ers host a pair of home games against the Hornets and Thunder. The Port City Fog hosts the Moncton Mystics, and the Miramichi Hurricanes host the Fredericton Freeze. We're going to stay with provincial matchups for the first couple weeks, but the May 2-4 long weekend will be seeing crossover as Fredericton, Miramichi, Port City, and Moncton. Actually, not Moncton. Port City, Fredericton, and Miramichi all come to Halley to take on the Nova Scotia teams. All right, back to action. Exciting finish on tap here. 2-point game, under 6 minutes remaining. This is Haley Lawler. Now a post touch for Samantha Russell. Russell working on Francois. Lots of contact, no whistle. Rebounded by Collins. And here come the Hornets. Collins, no looks to Hiscock in the corner. Feeds it to Manieri. They double. Hiscock. Looking for a pass. Finds Francois. Bobbled it. Shot clock is down to 5. Collins. Floats it up. No. Loose ball. Collins tracks it down. Francois for 3. No, but she is fouled and will head to the line to shoot a trio of free throws. Lily Francois. If I am a coach of Cape Breton or UMB or any AUS team, I am ecstatic when my first-year player who just finished their first year of university basketball commits to play in the MWBA. You get so much reps. You get such valuable experience being part of these vets who have been there, done that. They've been through an AUS career or an ACAA career. So many of them have won at high levels. You get some more minutes than maybe you would in the AUS when every game is so important and every minute is so important. So for Francois, O'Connell, Dab, Manieri, all first-year players who are suiting up for the Hornets. I think back to a couple. Last year with the Lake City 56ers, the Abbeys, Mercer and Cameron, they barely played their freshman season at St. FX and got some serious experience with Lake City, played important minutes, made winning impacts to that team, helping lead them to the finals. And then this past year, they were both rotation players for St. FX and helped them to the best season for that program in recent memory, as Atkinson's fouled on the drive. Another one I remember, Issa McKay, who played here at St. Mary's. Didn't play a lot of minutes her first year. Played with the Windsor Edge, as they were at the time, was their leading scorer, and came in as a second year at St. Mary's and was a rotation player and made a big impact. So yeah, if you're a young player, the opportunity to play more minutes, play a different role, and pick the brain of some of these vets gives you a lot of experience and confidence heading into your second season. And I think coaches should be all for that. I hope no AUS coaches are, advising their players not to play in this league. There's another steal, Sammy Russell, and it leads to a quick layup by Sophie Atkinson. And Russell defensively making a big impact on this second half. At least 3 steals. Nearly another one there, but Collins catches that high pass from Power. But that, I don't know if we'll give Russell the steal. Collins dribbled off her foot, but Russell pushing behind the back. Kicks it out. Atkinson attacks the closeout. Short on the layup attempt. Power. Now Francois. Under 4 minutes to play. Still a 2-point game. Francois. Over for Reardon. Around the Manieri screen. Reardon blocked. Haley Lawler. Return to sender. Duffy Oh, a block on the other end? No. Maybe. Is it a foul? Hold that signal a little longer, Steve Clow. His hand went up. Doesn't look like it's going to be a foul. It's going to be a baseline inbound for the Thunder as they look to tie it up or potentially take the lead with a three. It's in for Frazier. Working on Francois. Now Duffy around the horn. Helmig drives, no good. Good contest by Menieri. Russell cut off and denied. Caitlin Power, the long arm of the law. Get that out of here. Shot clock is down to 12. We've got Let's Go Thunder chants in the building, but the Hornets defense is ramping up in crunch time. Collins cuts off Russell. Frazier for three. Rims out. Francois rebounds and she'll push the pace. Helmig picks her up at the top of the arc. Power wide open on the wing. Hammer action for Collins. Post touch for Menieri. Go to work. Gets it to go through contact. Sam Menieri is a beast on the block. Duffy rather. Pass deflected. The Hornets are everywhere defensively right now. Blocking shots, deflecting passes, making things real difficult for the Thunder as they look to hold on to this 4-point lead and break the Thunder 24-game winning streak. Helmig to trigger the baseline inbound. Atkinson gets it in the corner. Cut off by Collins. Atkinson finds some space. Good help by Parent and secures the defensive rebound. Power on the outlet. Feeds Parent on the block. Faces up. Short. Russell. Marked by Power. Russell behind the back. Feeds Helmig. Frazier for three. No. Collins with the rebound. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Thunder offense has gone cold, thanks in part to the outstanding defense of the Hornets. Reardon around the Parent screen. Hiscock. Over now for Collins. Cross court for Reardon. Connects! Brianna Reardon, are you kidding me? Her third triple of the afternoon. Russell, no foul. Great team D by the Hornets. And they take a 7-point lead with under 2 minutes remaining. Outstanding play by the Hornets. Great offense, great defense. Take another look here. Collins skips it to the corner, and Reardon shooting that thing with confidence. Hits the triple. Bang! Brianna Reardon for three. Got a comment from the NY Google Queen. Go Jasmine, go Hornets. What a game, folks. Hope you all are enjoying it on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Take a look here. Hey, Dylan, can we see these fans? Hey, fans, you want to say hi to the camera? Say hi to the camera. Yeah. We got some Hornets fans, or sorry, some Thunder fans here. And a cool thing about these Thunder games, they're going down to chat with the players post-game. Players will sign some autographs. In win or loss, it's part of the Thunder culture. They're super friendly. See, we got a great crowd here in attendance. And it's all about mentoring that next generation. Good stuff. Kaylee, Theo, you guys are killing it. First game with Maritime. Hopefully not the last. But yeah, it's been an exciting one.
Four-quarter crunch time. Thunder fans, this is where we need you. Make some noise.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Hornets with a 7-point lead and the ball, and the play of Brianna Reardon has been a big reason why. We get a foul? No. Tipped out of bounds. So I'm seeing here Brianna Buse, I believe her maiden name was, played with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics in 2016-17. So, yeah, good to know. A couple years removed from the program, and she's looking like she could. Wow. Reardon blocked by Helmig, and inadvertent horn. Helmig for three. Oh, baby, this one's not over yet. Don't count out the Thunder. Helmig hits the three to cut the lead to 4 with 1:17 remaining. I was just saying, and some fans at home will appreciate, Brianna Reardon right now is in the driver's seat for our player of the game interview postgame. So I'm trying to find a little background on her. But not if Bianca Helmig and the Thunder have anything to say about it. And now, 2 rookie coaches in this league, Alex Petropoulos and Carly Yepes. In a close game, under 2 minutes to go, that's when the coaches make their money. Let's see what Alex and Carla can dial up here. Both two, actually they kind of have some similar stories in a way. Neither one, Alex isn't from Ecuador and Carla isn't from Bedford, but both young, up-and-coming, really, really professional and accomplished at a young age coaches of the local basketball scene. Both have coached BNS provincial teams. Both coach in high school, 2 of the top high school programs. In fact, I want to say both were city and provincial runner-ups this year. Or no, maybe Citadel lost in the semifinal. As mentioned, Alex Petropoulos coaches the Citadel Phoenix boys basketball team. Carly Yepes coaches the Halifax Grammar girls basketball team. Both were assistant coaches previously with Dal. Alex on the men's side, Carla on the women's side. And now both rookie coaches here in the MWBA looking to start the season off with a win here at the Homburg Center on a Sunday afternoon. As down low, Minieri contact, no whistle, and she finishes through, pushes it up to a 6-point game. What a game Sam Minieri is having. Russell looking for a quick answer, no, and a 6-point lead with a minute remaining. The clock is on the Hornets' side. As Collins catches on the right wing, drives middle, floats it up, yes! 8-point lead. Is that the dagger for the Hornets? Wow. Minieri and Collins, a pair of Dow Tigers, come out of the timeout and add on to their team's lead. Got a message here. Jacob, let me know Brianna Reardon was a 42% three-point shooter her 5th year. Wow. Well, I guess it's no fluke. She's hit 3 today. Thanks for that info, Jacob. Like I mentioned, this will be my worst call of the year. I'm gonna have all the stats and facts on Brianna now that I know her maiden name and all these players. The rosters were only posted at the website yesterday, so quick turnaround for me to do some research, and I had to go to IKEA today. Big heyday sales at IKEA. Spent yesterday at the Wanderers game. Beautiful weekend here in Halifax. So, but yeah, May and June. Listen, if you're watching this game at home and you haven't come out and experienced one of these WBA games in person, if you're watching in Cape Breton like some of these Brianna Reardon fans seem to be, make a trip down on a weekend when I almost did the Mystics again. The Hornets have a couple of games. Hey, I'll tell you, if the Halifax Tides or Halifax Wanderers are playing, make a whole sports weekend out of it. Come on down to Hali, enjoy some thrilling MWBA action. It's a great in-person experience too, and really high quality of basketball. Can the Hornets hold on to this lead and end the Thunder 24-game unbeaten streak going back over the last 2 years? Saunders, deep three, short. Rebounded by Hiscock. And Reardon, 18-second difference game in shot clock. Thunder aren't going to foul, but they are going to pressure. Helmig, great defender, moving her feet, but Reardon not phased. Helmig gets hit by the power screen. Russell looking to jump the passing lane again. Shot clock is down to 5, and it's going to be Thunder ball. But they've got to make up 8 points in 24 seconds. What did Reggie Miller do? 8 points in 13 seconds? It can be done. It's just, you got to have some luck and some, yeah, we'll see. Thunder get it in. It's Helmig. Pushing. Helmig. She'll put up the 2. No good. And the Halifax Hornets, Kingslayers of the MWBA opening weekend, as Caitlin Power is going to head to the free throw line. Here's what I'll say though. Like, this was my worst call this weekend, or this year. This will be the worst the Thunder play all year. And they've got a pro all-star point guard joining them in a couple weeks in Alana McMillan, fresh off her rookie pro season in France. And that is a heck of a reinforcement to add to this talented team. This Thunder team, they'll be back, but today is the Hornets' day. They hand the Thunder a 66-58 win in an absolute thriller here in MWBA action. So, upcoming schedule, both these teams will be in action next weekend at Cole Harbour High School. The Hornets will take on the 56ers on Saturday at 3 p.m. at Cole Harbour High. The Thunder will take on the 56ers, same place, same time, different day, Sunday, May 11th at 3 p.m. at Cole Harbour High. And the Thunder will be back in action here on home court Friday, May 16th, as they host the Lake City 56ers at 7 p.m. For myself, Alan April, producer Dylan, camera operators Kaylee and Theo and Melvin, and our crew here at Maritime Athletic Profiles, I am not signing off. We're about to do a post-game interview. I'll be back in a minute, but thank you so much to the crew. Another phenomenal broadcast here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. We'll be right back with an interview with our player of the game. All right, welcome back. Live coverage of the MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Here now with today's player of the game, Brianna Reardon of the Halifax Hornets. Brianna, you're a rookie and a vet all in one.
Yeah.
Today was your first game in this league. How'd it go for you?
It was good. It was a lot of fun getting back out on the court for the first time in a while and playing competitive, so it was great.
Amazing. So we were just talking a little. I know you played at Mount St. Vincent. Last season was 2017. I mean, in the last 8 years. How much has basketball been a part of your life, and what led you to join the Hornets this season?
It has been a part of my life about once a week, once every few weeks, so I kind of got away from the game a little bit, but this year I was playing in the MWBA League and they kind of reached out and said we need a non-current player and a point guard, so I looked at the schedule and figured it would be a good chance to get back into it.
Amazing, and that's one of the really cool things about this league. I think you're probably playing with Maddie, a former teammate, but also so many young players, like you mentioned, Sasha and Lily and Nevaeh, all off their first season of university basketball. What's it like playing with them, and what kind of advice are you looking to pass along to some of the rookies?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, they have fresh legs, so it's nice to run and practice with them, and it's kind of a shock when you're defending them and playing against them, but it's a lot of fun. I think the biggest thing is just take it all in. Like, the 5 years or 4 years go by really fast, and it's nice that you have the MWBA to come back and play after.
Amazing, and obviously you're a new face in this league, a lot of new faces, but there is quite a rivalry between these two teams, and the Thunder, historically the team to beat. You actually snapped their 24-game winning streak here today. What does that say about the Hornets and the potential for this team getting this big win in just your first week together?
Oh, I think it's pretty promising. I know it was kind of a rebuild year with a lot of 5 girls returning, but then a lot of new faces, so looks like it's going to be a fun summer.
Awesome. You want to give any shout-outs? I know you had some fans watching in Sydney.
Hi to my mom and dad in Cape Breton, and all my aunts and uncles watching as well, and then the rest of my family who's in the stands up there.
Awesome. Well, Brianna Reardon, going to be a player to watch this year in the MWBA, and a phenomenal game today. Some big three-pointers to seal the win down the stretch.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brianna.
Thanks so much.
All right. I wonder if Carla will do an interview. Hold on one second. Actually, can we come to her? Can you move the camera to her? Here with Carla Yepes, head coach of the Hornets. I was just going to say, you know a little thing about the 24-game win streak you just snapped. I know this is a new team, new faces, but what's it mean for you to get a win in your first game as head coach in the MWBA?
It's always great to win any game, really. I think the team looks different this year, like the Hornets looks different, and it was good for us to pick up our first win of the season. In the grand scheme of things, it means nothing, but it is good to start with a win, so we are happy about it. And obviously Thunder has kind of had like, not a monopoly, but like a bit of a dynasty going for the last couple of years. So it's good to pick up a win against them. They're a tough team, and they're going to be better the next time that we see them. So it was a good one for us.
Cool. I mean, how did you feel about how your team played today? You know, first game, obviously you weren't entirely sure what to expect, but how'd it go?
I think we competed on the defensive side of things. The score is 66, 80, 58. So I think that's a good 58 for us. I think the girls competed really, really hard on defense, and I think that will be the story for us this season. If we want to compete the whole time, we'll have to make sure that we take care of things on defense.
Awesome. Back in action next week against Lake City.
Lake City, that'll be another good game to play, and we're excited. We're missing a couple of key pieces, so we're excited to have them all back and have a full roster, but I think the girls competed really well today.
Awesome. Congrats on your first win as head coach in the MWBA. You had quite a few wins as a player.
Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you next time. Signing off for the crew from Maritime Athletic Profiles. Thanks for watching live coverage of the MWBA. We'll see you next time.